Today we'll be talking about statistics. I'll be looking at the following. We'll be looking at the mean, we'll be looking at mean deviation, we'll be looking at variance, we'll be looking at standard deviation, and of course we'll look at mode and median as well. So we're going to have mean, median, mode. Yes, so we are looking at mean, median, mode, mean deviation, variance, and standard deviation. So let me quickly give you some formulas that you can use to answer questions before we begin to take questions. Also, I'll be taking 3 questions in this class. We're going to take 3 questions in the class. Now let's look at mean. Now when you have values, your mean, the formula, shortcut formula for your mean is simply summation fx over summation f. Summation fx over summation x. The symbol for mean is x bar. Okay? Summation fx over summation f. Your median is simply the middle value once you arrange your number either in ascending order or descending order, and then the mode is the value with the highest frequency. The number with the highest frequency is the mode. We are going to look at some examples. And when we talk about mean deviation, what is the formula of the mean deviation? Mean deviation, simply you can get the formula for mean deviation. It means deviation from mean, so x minus x bar. That is mean deviation, deviation from the mean. And of course, your variance is given as summation f into bracket x minus mean over summation f. So the variance is summation f into x minus mean over summation f, while your standard deviation is simply the square root of your variance. So your variance, I can put it symbol x. So your standard deviation is the square root of the variance, meaning that your standard deviation is square root of summation f into x minus mean squared over summation f. Please, variance is summation f into x minus x bar squared. Yes, there's a square here over summation f. So these are the formulas that we shall be using to answer our questions as we proceed in this class. So take time to quickly master all of these. They are not difficult. The standard deviation is square root of summation f into bracket x minus mean x minus x bar, all right, all squared, divided by summation f. That's the sum of the frequency. Question says find the standard deviation of 2, 3, 5, and 6. Now, there are 2 types of data you could be given. You could be given discrete data or grouped data. Now, this data, we just have 4 values in these 4 values, so it's not a grouped data. Most times grouped data are large data. So those large data will be grouped. You can have class intervals or scores. They will be grouped, okay, into intervals, and from there you can get your x. But for this kind of discrete value, you use the same formula, it will work for you. All right, so to solve this, find the standard deviation of this number. So all I need to do is write out my x, my frequency. So my x are the numbers given. I have 2, 3, 5, and 6. So what is the frequency for? They all appeared only once. So the summation of f will be 4. Then fx, my fx is going to be the product of f and x. 2 times 1 is 2, 3 times 1 is 3, 5 times 1 is 5, 6 times 1 is 6. Alright? and the summation of my fx, summation fx, is going to be 6 plus this, that's 11, 14, 16. Alright, now to get the standard deviation, the next thing is to get the mean deviation from the mean, which is x minus x bar. Then you have to get the mean minus, deviation from mean squared. That's the square of the mean deviation. Then you need to get f of square of the mean deviation. So once you do this, you'll be able to arrive at your answer. Now let's quickly do this. What is our x minus mean? I need to calculate my mean. So my mean x bar is going to be what? Summation fx over summation f. What's the summation of fx? 16. What's summation f? 4. So that will be 16 divided by 4, and that will be 4. That is the mean. From this mean, I can now go forward. X minus mean means you take your x, you subtract the mean from it. So 2 minus 4 will be minus 2. 3 minus 4 is minus 1. 5 minus 4 is 1. 6 minus 4 is 2. Now, you now square it here. You square each of these values, you square it here. Minus 2 squared is 4. Minus 1 squared is 1. Minus 1 squared is 1. 2 squared is 4. Alright, now f of x minus mean squared, it means you multiply your frequency by this. 1 by 4 is 4, 1 by 1 is 1, 1 by 1 is 1, 1 by 4 is 4. So the total gives us 4 plus 4, 8, 9, 10. Alright, so now we can now go back to our formula. Remember the question says we should calculate the standard deviation. So the formula for standard deviation is square root of summation of f into x minus mean squared over summation of f, and that's going to be what? The square root of. So we have done summation of f into, that is this, and it gives us 10. Summation of f into x minus mean squared gives us 10 all over what is the summation of f, that is 4. So if you look at this, 2 here 5, 2 here 2. So our standard deviation is going to be square root of 5 over 2. That's the answer. That is the answer to the question. Square root of 5 over 2. That is the answer. Now, assuming the question had asked you for the variance, alright, all you just need to do is to remove the square root. Alright, so the variance here, variance will be 5 over 2. While the standard deviation will be square root of the variance, so is square root of 5 over 2. That is the answer to this question. Let us look at another example. Now, for those of you that are writing WAEC exams, NECO exam, GC, you're writing NECO, whatever examination you are preparing for in mathematics, this topic is very, very essential. And you could be asked to solve questions on standard deviation and variance, statistics. Now, let us look at another example. We have class interval 3 to 5, 6 to 8, then 9 to 11. That's the class interval. Then we have the frequency 2 to 2. And the question says you should find the standard deviation. We're giving options root 5, B root 3, C root 6, D root 2. So let's quickly solve this question. Now can you see that this question is a little bit different from what we have done earlier? This is a grouped question. So anytime you have a grouped value like this, you are going to need an extra column to the first one that we did. So now let's try to see how we draw the table for this and answer the question. Now, to answer this question, the first thing you do is you have your class interval, then your x, right? And then the frequency. And then you continue with the other ones. Your fx comes next. And then you have your mean deviation. Then you have your square of mean deviation. Then you have the f of the square of mean deviation. So what's the class interval? You have 3 to 5. You have 6 to 8. Then you have 9 to 11. For 3 to 5, we have 2. Okay, so before you enter the frequency, how do you get your x? All you need to do is to add these two values and divide it by 2. So 3 to 5. So you are trying to look for the mid value of this class interval. So what you are going to write here will be the mid value. So 3 plus 5 is what? 8. Divided by 2, that is 4. 6 plus 8 is 14. Divided by 2 is 7. 9 plus 11 is 20 divided by 2 is 10. Now we are going to have the frequency just like it is here, 2, 2, 2. Now fx, you multiply your f by x. 2 times 4 is 8, 2 times 7 is 14, 2 times 10 is 20. Right, so we need summation of our fx and the summation of f. Summation of f is going to be 6, summation of fx is going to be, there is 34, 42. Alright, 42. So from here, before we proceed, we need to find the mean. So the mean is going to be summation of fx over summation f. That will be 42 divided by 6, and that is 7. So the mean is 7. So if the mean is 7, we can now proceed to x minus mean. So 4 minus 7 is minus 3. 7 minus 7 is 0. 10 minus 7 is 3. Okay, now we have to square this mean deviation. You remember I told you we'll talk about mean deviation. So mean deviation means the deviation from the mean. By subtracting each of these, these values, subtract the mean from each of these x. Subtract the mean from each of these, that is the mean deviation. So if you were asked to find the mean deviation here, all you need to do is to find the summation of this and you get the answer. Right, so now let's look at this. You square this. By the time you square minus 3 gives you 9, 0 gives you 9. Then f of mean deviation means you're multiplying f by this. 2 by 9 gives you 18, right? 2 by 0 gives you 0, 2 by 9 gives you 18. So the summation of this, the total here will be 36. So now let's go back to the formula. We are asked to find the standard deviation. So our standard deviation is going to be square root of summation f of x minus mean squared over summation f. And that's going to be square root of summation of f into this, that is 36, all over summation of f. Our f is 6, that is 6 over 6. So 36 over 6, that is 6. So our standard deviation is going to be root 6. Do we have that in the option? Yes, that is the answer to the question. So now the third question we're going to solve, I will write the question on the board. I want you to pause the video, attempt the question, then drop your answer in the comment section and then play and see if what you have done is correct. Number 3, find the variance of 2, 6, 8, 6, 2, and 6. And then we're given options 5, root 5, 6, root 6. Now, let us try to find the variance of the question. Remember your variance, the formula for the variance I told you earlier, and your variance is going to be summation of f into x minus mean squared over summation f. And your standard deviation, so the variance, the symbol for your variance is variance S equals the standard deviation is square root of your variance. But here we are looking for the variance, so we don't need to put a square root, so we stop at this point. So to answer this question, let us get the values of our x, and then we get our frequency. So what are the values? We have 2, we have 6, we have 8. How many times do we have 2 occurring? 2 is occurring twice, the frequency will be 2. Then 6 is occurring 1, 2, 3 times. And then 8 is occurring only once. Alright, so from here, before we go to fx, can we get the mode here? For the mode, so the mode for this question is the value with the highest frequency. So 6 has the highest frequency, occurs 3 times compared to others. So if you were asked for the mode of this question, the answer will be 6 because it's occurring 3 times. Alright, so let's see the summation of our f, 5, 6, summation f. So then let's look at fx. You multiply 2 by 2 is 4, 6 by 3 is 18, 8 by 1 is 8. The summation of fx is 18 plus 8 is 26 plus 4, 30. Okay, so our mean, which is x bar, is going to be summation fx over summation of f. And that will be 30 over 6, that will be 5. So our mean is 5. So let's continue. You're going to have x minus mean, then x minus mean squared. Remember, summation of f into x minus mean squared over summation f. So we are still going to need f into bracket x minus mean squared. Right. So x minus mean, 4 minus 5. Sorry, x, please, you have to be very careful. X minus mean. So 2 minus 5 is minus 3. 6 minus 5 is 1. 8 minus 5 is 3. And then you square it. So if you square this, minus 3 squared is 9. 1, 9. Now f of this value, that means your frequency multiplied. Be very careful not to multiply x by this value, but f by this value. So our f is 2, 2 by 9 is 18, right? 3 by 1 is 3, 1 by 9 is 9. So what's going to be our answer? 18 plus 3 is 21 plus 8 is 10. Alright, so the variance of the question, the variance is going to be what? Summation of f x minus mean squared over summation of f. And that what summation of f mean squared is 30 all over. What's the summation of our f? It is 6. So if you divide it, the answer is going to be 5. So the answer to the question is 5. So if you got your answer, go to the comment section and drop it there. Now, before we close, I will give you another assignment. I want you to do well to answer the question and drop your answer in the comment section. Now, here is the question. You are going to find the standard deviation. So this is the assignment. Find the standard deviation for the following numbers: 2, 6, 3, 8, 6, 5, 1, 6. Find the standard deviation for this value and drop your answer in the comment section. Thank you for being a part of this class. If you have not subscribed to our channel, do well to subscribe to our channel. This is Brilliant Tutors, where we share videos, content on sciences, mathematics, physics, chemistry, and biology. And if you have any question, you can drop it in the comment section. If you have not subscribed, do well to subscribe, like this video, share it with your friends, and we meet in the next class. Bye for now.